Guys! I was on a date with my very lovely waifu GF. And then I got a ping on my phone that said, new Master Duel ban list. So I pulled the Sigma grind set game mode. And I totaled her on the spot. Honey, we're going home. We gotta film a ban list reaction. I know literally nothing about the new ban list. My only hopes is that as many floodgates as possible are hit. I want something from Sword Soul Tenyi to be hit. I want something from Zoo Tri Brigade to be hit. Virtual World probably needs a hit. Mainly just any best of one goofy sacky deck. Stuff like Virtual World, Eldritch, Blunder, those sort of decks. Those immediate decks that just come to mind when you think about Master Duel. I want all of those cards to have like a critical floodgate banned. And I want Maxi banned. Surely Konami will get at least one of those, right? New upcoming Forbidden List update. Let's get that reaction. All right, cards to be forbidden August 30th. VFD banned? All right, I take that. Imperial Order, Vanity's Emptiness, Celestial? Okay. No Verte ban, okay. I'm not sure about that. And Gossip Shadow. Okay, this is not the worst. There've definitely been worse. True King of All Calamities. All my homies fucking hate Leah. Just kidding. Virtual World obviously was kind of like the third best Floodgate combo deck. True King of All Calamities, really stupid card. Imperial Order banned. Everybody hated this card. I don't think this is even that good, funnily enough. Like, just the only decks or players that willingly crafted an IO where people just had like way too much dust, pulled it, or Eldritch players. Like, those are the only people who played it. Vanity's Emptiness, kind of the same thing, but it's a lot more prominent because of Blunder and being able to find it off of Prosperity. Celestial hits DP. Not sure why they just ban Verte, but gotta sell that product, I guess. Number 75 Bamboozle and Gossip Shadow might not make a lot of sense to you guys, who might only be taking like a surface level look, but it's kind of critical to the Rongo Miniad combo. Does it make the Rongo 2-card, 2 level 3 FTK broken? I mean, not playable anymore? Absolutely not. But, you know, whatever. Disappointed they didn't ban Maxi. Yeah, they didn't ban Maxi. They didn't, like, limit ban skill drain. That sort of stuff wasn't hit, so it's a bit annoying. But these hits are okay. These are decent bans. I mean, the limited section should be huge, right? Auroradon wasn't banned. Hulk wasn't banned. That's, like, really surprising. But I'm sure in the limited section, I'm sure. Cards to be limited. What the fuck? Crossout Designator, Pot of Prosperity, Meow Meow Moo, and Fusion Destiny. What the fuck? Crossout Designator is a pretty good hit. I understand Crossout Designator. Crossout Designator hit is basically removing the third, fourth, fifth, and fifth copy of Call by the Grave. It was really, really good at Master Duel specifically just because you were able to call Maxi, so obviously broken, which is just a card played in every single deck rather than just like the okay 1-for-1 trade. Prosperity, weird consistency hit. Not sure why they didn't ban something like Desires, but Prosperity is a good hit just for a ton of, I don't know, like it hits Among Us? Fuck it, Among Us. Oh my god, they buffed Maxi. Maxi is better now. There's only 3 called buys now. There's only 6 outs to Maxi. We're solving the format, chat. Finally, we made combo better. Prosp is a shit hit, yeah. Meow Meow Moo, good hit. They probably should have banned it, but Prank Kids was pretty good. Who would have guessed? The adventure package really did a whole lot for Prank Kids, so that's pretty neat. That was a joke. I fucking hate Prank Kids. Fusion Destiny, sure. Went from 2, now it's at 1. Doesn't matter because Verte, arguably hard drawing it is better, but you know. Prosper's the flu hit. Yeah, it's a flu hit. Multi-Faker, Gazelle, Skill Drain, and yes, chat. Tenki was the problem card. Tenki was the problem card, chat. This is what Konami wanted. Yeah, what the fuck. Multi-Faker to 2 doesn't matter. Gazelle to 2 doesn't matter. Skill Drain to 2 kind of matters. It's less likely to be drawn against you. It's like a 5% difference. We take those. It's not that like Skill Drain is a great card. It's more just like annoying. Like it's just a very unfun card. And I think like unfun cards and decks just fundamentally should not exist. But this is Yu-Gi-Oh, so that is Yu-Gi-Oh. And tanky, sure, consistency. Who cares? Number of copies will be lifted. Night Assailant. Night Assailant got an errata. It goes from 1 to 3. Not the best ban list. Not the worst ban list, but it's not amazing. One of the big problems, one is that Halcdon is still probably one of the best decks. Swords Tenny Halcdon, like that bullshit, that's like unbeatable. That is probably going to be the best combo deck moving forward. Like obviously you lose Crossout Designator, which is another point. The fact that Maxi is just like absolutely goofy. Whatever, it's Among Us, I guess. Verite still exists, so Fusion Destiny is going to be really fun to play against. But Halcdon is the best deck. Congratulations, chat. Seal Ban is interesting. So Seal Ban is interesting. It makes the DP engine a lot worse. The main reason why the DP engine was so good was because the Garnets weren't terrible. The Garnets actually did something in Grave, where unlike Dragoon, like you had 2 vanillas. You had 2 literal vanillas. With the Garnets, in decks that were extremely monster focused, most specifically B Trooper, a deck that could very easily empty its hand onto the board, as well as get practical application off of Dasher and Celestial's card draws, both of which basically just act as free extenders. DP was extremely good in those decks. Hulk was the problem card. It's so funny to say. Ideally, you could ban both, but like Hulk is always going to be good. That's the thing. There is never a scenario where Hulk is like a bad option. You never ban Hulk. You ban Auroradon, sure, but like the Hulk still exists. You ban both. Like look at the TCG. Decks are still using Hulk. Like if in the TCG decks are making Hulk, then something is probably still wrong with the card. If there's one thing that this format is telling us definitively, it is that Maxi is here to stay. I think everyone will recognize, as like from this format, Maxi is not going anywhere. The main, so IO was a good ban. The problem is that in a format like Master Duel, cards like IO are funnily a lot worse, if that makes sense. The idea is that IO only hits like a decent chunk of decks, and it's only good if you go first. It's a lot better in, let's say, like locals tournaments, TCG tournaments, where every game is a 2 out of 3. IO is always pretty good in an established metagame, but in unestablished metagames, where not every deck auto needs a spell. Take a look at like B Trooper, take a look at just like Halcdon piles. Like those decks don't need spells. It's annoying, but it'll only trade like 1 for 1. But it's not as impactful as people like to think. It's kind of like the reason why not everyone automatically just puts in like Vanity's Emptiness in your deck. It's really good. It's really, really good. But it's not like gonna have a practical application against every deck, because everybody knows like maybe 1 or 2 out of your 5 games, that Vanity is gonna be like rotting in your hand. It's like a dead card because you're against Blunder, you're against Eldritch, you're against whatever. It's better than the last one, I will say that.